One of the questions I get a lot is, hey, I need to use a text-to-speech tool, but what if I'm on either a computer that doesn't have read and write? What if read and write's not working well? What if I'm on a personal account and I don't have read and write because it's a paid service? There is another option for you. Google Chrome has a built-in text-to-speech tool. So, and you can use it in a Google Doc or out on the internet, on any website. So I have a Google Doc here that I have a writing sample from. And if I come up here to Google Chrome, up here in the corner, right next to my little icon, I'll see three dots. You're going to click on the three dots and you're going to go down to more tools. And then you're going to click on reading mode. If you don't see the read aloud option under the other tools list, then you could go to Chrome://flags. And that will take you to an experiments page for your Google Chrome account. What I would recommend is searching for the word read in the search box, and then make sure that the reading mode, read aloud, is enabled, as well as reading mode, read aloud phrase highlighting, and reading mode Google Docs integration. That'll allow you to use reading mode in a lot of different places then. Reading mode will open a side panel, and I refreshed the page, hopefully that'll work. And it will bring up basically only the text. So let's say if there was pictures in here, or if there was ads or other stuff, it'll get rid of all of that and it will just give me the text over here. Once you have the text over here, you have a few options. One is the reading, a play button to read.
I think we should have phones in class to help students if they need a calculator.
And you could notice here, you could pick up the speed or slow it down, because that's really important for people who need to read with their ears. You could also pick different voices that are available. There is also a highlighting. You would turn off the highlighting, but I find it more beneficial to turn the highlighting on because it really helps sustain attention for most people. There's also, you could also disable links so you don't see any of the blue underlines. You could change the font size to make it bigger, smaller. You could change the font itself. And you could also change the color of the page. So if you're a dark mode person, you could turn that on. You could also change the line spacing, so the space between your lines. This is really helpful for people who tend to get lost when they're reading because they'll skip lines. This will help them stay focused on where they are because there's more space in between the lines. But you could go back to standard as well. You could also change the spacing between each word. So if standard, they're pretty close to each other, but if I switch to very wide, there's more space between the letters and the words. Again, it helps some people when they're reading to be able to decipher what's being said. So I'm going to switch it to my favorite one, which is the yellow. And then you could just
Calculator, or if they get a text.
And again, you could keep going with it. So I'm going to show you another example on the web. So I have this Science Daily article here, and there's a lot of text and pictures and ads and all kinds of different stuff on this page. Very distracting. So what you could do is you could click on reading mode and more tools, reading mode. Here's a tip. Notice up here there's a little pin button. If you click the pin button, it will always stay up here next to your extensions. And that way you don't have to go looking for it each time. But just like on a Google Doc, it'll read anything to you. You could change the settings. So I'm going to make this a little smaller. And what's nice about this is a pretty long article. So if I go down and I'm going to a tiny genetic change right here, it's going to take me over here and I could start it there.
A tiny genetic change. A gene known as neuro-onc.
So this is really, again, helpful. And you could also change the width of how much of the space it's taking up on your screen. So if I want to do a split screen so I don't see all the distractions over here, that's fine. But this is a free tool built into Google Chrome, regardless of the device that you're using. So check it out if you need a text to speech tool.